Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Granite Fang character ownership infrastructure for Dungeons & Dragons player characters. And today I want to explain to you why why it's called the Granite Fang character ownership infrastructure. Why Granite Fang? Why do I have that in there? My apologies. This is an extremely complicated subject. You can only understand this video if you watch it in the sequence it exists within the playlist it's in. Link for the playlist is below. Thank you. All right, so why do I call it the Granite Fang character ownership infrastructure? And this is an infrastructure for ownership of this is a infrastructure for ownership of player characters, which is shocking. We spent 50 years, literally a million plus player characters have been made, right? And we have no idea who owns them. There's no structure, right? And I think it's important that the D&D community establishes structure, because one, if we leave it up to Hasbro, some suit is eventually going to be like, oh, let's do it. Like, yeah, well, why don't we say we own them, right? Or something like that, right? Maybe not that, but something like, hey, we're making these, right? Let's establish the structure, and also, let's decide this before it gets decided in some court, right? Like, and the reality is, what we do and the norms we establish can matter, right? Like, we can change the world with Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know why I'm the only person saying this, but we can. We literally can, right? Like, so let's do it, okay? All right. So why Granite Fang? It's very simple. Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeon Master, Dragon Master. Dungeon Master runs the game. Dragon Master runs the player character. Other people would call them a Dungeons and Dragons player. I think that's an uncomfortable, awkward term, which doesn't even fit what it's describing. But Dragon Master fits it perfect. All right, so Dungeon Master, Dragon Master. All right, let's get into this. Okay. So first off, okay. So Dungeon Master and Dragon Master. So let's get into this. So Dungeon Master, Granite. It's the stone found in dungeons. Fang. Every dragon has fangs, right? So it is the merger of Dungeon Master and Dragon Master, right? Granite Fang. You're like, well, why do you have to attach that? Why not just say character ownership infrastructure? Because I'm part of a community, right? And I'm saying, hey, this is the Granite Fang character ownership infrastructure. I think this is the best character ownership infrastructure that's ever been established, right? I've done the work. I got the receipts. Right here in this playlist, you will find a more thorough and accurate and usable and practical and navigable presentation of a character ownership infrastructure that has ever been done anywhere by anyone. And I challenge you to prove me wrong. Send me the link. No one has done what I've done here, right? This is the first, and frankly, I think it's the best, right? Just like Dungeons and Dragons, the first and the best, right? Yeah, without exception, right? And but I'm leaving the door open, right? Let's say Teos Abadia is like, oh my gosh, Garibay's right. Like, we really do need a character. He might say, oh, the stone scale character ownership infrastructure, and I'm willing to put mine against anybody else's, right? But in order to have that conversation, we need the language to have the conversation. And my idea, my character ownership infrastructure, needs what? Say it with me. True name. We never forget the legacy of Gary Gygax. Needs a true name, right? Because whoever has the true name controls it. Like, every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. Nothing more and nothing less. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.